Imagine trying to confess to a major mistake at work without actually taking the blame. Like, how do you even do that? Well, you just change the subject of the sentence. Welcome to today's deep dive, where we're looking at the ultimate grammatical cheat code, the subject.
Yeah, and the source material makes a pretty bold claim right off the bat. It basically argues that the subject isn't just, the doer of an action, it's the absolute engine of English sentence structure.
Right.
Like, you literally cannot even form a tense without it.
Wow, yeah. So we're breaking down the complete three-part map of these subjects today.
Yeah.
Because once you understand how they function mechanically, you can sort of shortcut your way to being incredibly precise or, well, strategically vague with your words.
Exactly.
So let's look at the foundational group first. The main personal pronouns. I mean, we all know the basic cast of characters, right? You, he, she, it, they. But the sources point out this really fascinating quirk.
Oh, the thing about the word it.
Yes. Grammatically, English treats a living, breathing golden retriever exactly the same as a lifeless rock. They both just get lumped into the category of it.
Right, which actually causes a lot of friction for speakers of other languages.
Oh, sure, because of noun genders.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Where nouns have specific assigned genders, it really reveals how English fundamentally categorizes the world into basically humanity versus non-humanity.
That makes a lot of sense.
But mechanically speaking, locking in one of these core actors, whether it's a person or a rock, is the necessary first step to manipulating time.
Wait, manipulating time.
Yeah, I mean, you literally cannot conjugate a verb or set the timeline of an action until you've anchored it to one of these specific subjects.
Okay, so we've established our main cast of actors, but what happens when you don't know the actor's name? Or, say, you only care about where they're standing relative to you.
Well, language solves this with spatial tools.
Right, the demonstrative subjects, words like this, that, these, and those.
Think about the sheer mechanical efficiency of that. The subject itself suddenly contains spatial awareness.
So you're shifting the function of the word from who the actor is to where they are in physical space.
Exactly. You don't need extra adjectives to describe distance or quantity. The subject just absorbs all that heavy lifting into a single syllable.
It is incredibly efficient. I mean, it's almost like a movie director pointing around a set, dictating the reality purely by proximity. Like, this needs fixing right here.
Right, but that goes away.
Exactly. It's all about pointing.
But, proximity requires physical presence, so the mechanics have to change entirely when you're dealing with a total unknown, or when a subject applies to the entire world at once.
Which leads us to the indefinite subjects. The sources group these conceptually as placeholders for people, like someone or nobody.
Or object-focused ones, like everything.
Yeah, or broad quantities like all or many. They act almost like grammatical voids. You're creating an empty silhouette so the verb can function without ever revealing the actor.
It's such a brilliant structural trick. You give the sentence just enough of a subject to be grammatically legal while deliberately withholding the identifying data.
Okay, but I have to challenge one specific subject highlighted in the notes. The word one.
Ah, yes.
The text defines it as a person in a general sense, but I just don't get it. I mean, why use one when you could literally just say a person or people? It feels overly formal, almost pompous, honestly.
I mean, it definitely sounds formal to modern ears, but look at its utility. It acts as a universal grammatical shield.
A shield. How so?
Well, sometimes you need to state a rule or an observation without implicating yourself, or the person you're directly talking to.
Oh, I see.
Right. So saying one shouldn't text and drive feels entirely different than saying you shouldn't text and drive. It just removes the accusation entirely.
It depersonalizes the reality,
Yeah.
which really brings into focus what we're talking about today. By mastering these three categories, the main actors, the spatial demonstratives, and those vague indefinite silhouettes, you basically hold the master blueprints for all English tenses.
Exactly. You aren't just memorizing vocabulary here. You are gaining the toolkit to construct a sentence's reality.
Right.
You get to control not just what is happening, but the exact degree of visibility of who is driving the action.
And that's the thought I want to leave you with today. If the subject dictates the entire reality of a sentence, think about how choosing a vague, indefinite subject like someone instead of a direct pronoun like you subtly shifts the entire balance of responsibility in your daily communication.
It changes everything.
It really does. So the next time you're trying to figure out who really messed up at work, pay close attention to the subjects people choose to use.